I'd like to invite you all to join me in a very quick exercise. All we're going to do is take a breath in and we're going to breathe it out, a couple seconds each. And all I want you to do is just follow my instructions as I guide you through it. So before we get started, just take a second, just sit nice and upright, just get relaxed, get comfortable. I want you to close your eyes and breathe out everything. Just breathe out. Now all together, let's take a deep breath in. 2, 3, and just breathe it all out. 2, 3, keep breathing out, and now hold that breath. I want you to hold that breath for as long as you can. Please don't pass out on me. So if you feel uncomfortable or it gets too much, then please open your eyes and breathe. But while you hold your breath and close your eyes, I want you to direct your attention to your breath. Really focus on that feeling and just feel that breath. If you really need to breathe, take a breath. All right, everybody open eyes, just take a breath in, just reset your breathing. Now that awful feeling that you've all just experienced, that feeling of panic, that desperation to take another breath, that is exactly what it will feel like if we don't start taking care of our oceans. Because did you know that every second breath that you take comes from the sea? Roughly 50% of the oxygen that we have here on Earth is produced by our oceans. And right now, the ocean, it needs us more than ever. Now, you might be wondering what a boytjie from Bloemfontein, a landlocked city hundreds of kilometers from the closest beach, know anything about the ocean. And to be honest, not much at all, other than there are dolphins and whales and, the sharks that are out there to kill you, that if you swim too far out, the currents will suck you in. And the legendary pee on your brother jellyfish remedy that I was told about once on a holiday in Durban. So I'm not going to lie, I was terrified at first. But that all changed for me in 2013 when I became scuba certified. I will never forget taking my first breath underwater, wearing all that cool diving equipment, and that feeling of being completely weightless underwater, the same sensation as an astronaut floating in space. Now, I'm not going to lie, it was terrified at first. I was nervous, the thought of breathing underwater, feeling claustrophobic, descending into the dark abyss, coming face to face with a great white shark, or even being swallowed by a whale like Jonah. But then, there I was, 7 kilometers out at sea, doing my safety checks with my diving instructor, testing my breathing apparatus and having the boat captain shout, 3, 2, 1, go! Backwards into the water we roll. I give the okay signal to my instructor. We let all the air out of our buoyancy devices and down we go. And as I start to descend into this new world below, it starts to open up. And what I saw was more beautiful than I could ever imagine it. Coral gardens as tall as this room, and different schools of fish all moving in formation. The crackling sound of the life on the reef and the bubbles leaving my regulator just melted that nervousness, that feeling of panic and fear into calm. And that day changed my life. Fast forward to today, 12 years later, a scuba diving instructor with 10,000 hours underwater, face to face with 4 great white sharks, no cage, exploring underwater caves in the Mexico, and once connecting one blue hole to another underground with my beautiful fiancée, Shannon. Once I even witnessed a humpback whale give birth in front of me, and being left in tears by a cyclone of manta rays. The manta ray is the largest species of the stingray family. And to put in perspective of their sheer size, just take a second here, bear with me, one wingtip to another, wider than this room. So now just imagine yourself floating completely weightless in crystal clear waters, having 20 of these gentle giants just gracefully gliding past and start to circle you. Absolutely magical. But what's even more magical is since I started this talk, you have all roughly breathed around 100 times, of which 50 of those breaths are thanks to the ocean. And every single day, there are people, divers, scientists, conservationists, fighting to protect those breaths. And through my journey as a diving instructor, I've had the privilege of meeting some of these wonderful people that are fighting to save the thing that gives us life. And you see, this is what I figured out. You don't have to be a scuba diving instructor or a marine biologist or conservationist to make a difference. By simply knowing that the ocean gives us, our kids, and future generations life, that is the first step of becoming a voice for the ocean. Continuing to learn and educating ourselves about the ocean, sharing this message, this is how we drive change and make an impact together. And this is exactly what led me to the Travel to Learn initiative. It's an online educational platform where ocean educators from around the world share their knowledge and messages of hope. It's a place where you, your friends, and your family can discover the magic of the ocean, where every click and every lesson creates change and directly support those on the front lines protecting the ocean. So if you want to become a voice for the ocean, then here are 3 ways that you can start today. Visit our Travel to Learn ecosystem and discover the magic of the ocean. Learn from these experts. And then share what you've learned around dinner tables, in classrooms, even online. Join the mission. Because every course that you take, every video you watch, directly contributes to these experts and directly to ocean conservation. So if, like me, you want us, our kids, and future generations to have a beautiful life, have a healthy ocean, experience the manta rays, and discover the magic of the big blue, then now is the time to act. So, I will leave you with this. What choice will you make today to protect our oceans? And what choice will you make to protect your second breath? Thank you. Thank you.